Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, and to you and the ranking member for holding this committee hearing. Thank you both so much, both of you ambassadors, for joining us, for making it down to the bottom of the dais. We are well over 4 years into a war Vladimir Putin started by invading Ukraine. And during the course of the 2024 election, the president promised at least 53 times to end the war on or before day one. On January 20th, 2025, as the sun set and the president pardoned more than 1,000 January 6 insurrectionists, when the sun set, the president failed to deliver on his promise that he would end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Ambassador Waltz, why did the president fail to deliver on his promise to end the war?
The president is doing everything he can to end the war. To date, neither Vladimir Putin with Russia or President Zelensky has seen fit to enter into the final deal. However, the president has put significant pressure, this administration, by sanctioning Lukoil, by sanctioning Rosneft, and is doing everything he can to stop the killing.
So I guess we're in agreement 538 days into the administration that the president has not delivered on his promise that he made at least 53 times during the course of the campaign to end the war on day one.
The president has found, despite incredible efforts from him and his team, it to be a very frustrating effort.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have made those grandiose promises.
I'm proud that he has tried.
Speaking of the pressure that is being brought to bear, on February 24th, a month after the president failed to deliver on that promise, U.S. representatives at the United Nations voted no on a resolution advancing a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in Ukraine. Earlier today, Representative Titus brought up this vote, and you incorrectly stated that the U.S. abstained from voting on the February 2025 resolution. That's not true. The U.S. voted no alongside Russia, Belarus, and North Korea. Really, really great company. Would you like to correct the record that the U.S. indeed voted no?
I understood, and perhaps I misunderstood her to be talking about a General Assembly resolution just this past summer where the United States abstained.
My understanding, the words that she specifically used was referring to the February 2025 resolution, which the U.S. did indeed vote no on. Then on February 18th, 2026, over a year after President Trump failed to deliver on his promise to end the war on day one, U.S. representation at the UN under your leadership refused to vote on a resolution expressing support for lasting peace in Ukraine. Ambassador, I'm curious why the United States is scared to call out and stand up to Vladimir Putin at the United Nations.
The United States, under this administration, has put more pressure on Russia to come to the table. Their economy is reflective of that, and this administration sanctioned their top 2 oil producers and the dark fleet, not the last administration.
Well, they're now getting more money because of the Strait of Hormuz, but that's neither here nor there. Why did the United States vote no and refuse to vote to denounce Vladimir Putin's
I'll have to come back to a record. That
Ukraine?
prior vote was obviously before my time, so I'll have to look at the wording in the resolution. Like legislation, which many of you know, there can be specific phrases that we find objectionable or who cross our red lines.
Yeah.
The title says one thing and the actual legislation or resolution says
Apparently
another.
the only other countries that objected to any of the specific language in that resolution, at least in February 2025, were Belarus, North Korea, and Russia. So not very good company.
My memory is we were shifting to a more neutral mediator position.
Right. A strategy
as we try to end this war, unlike the ill-defined victory,
a strategy that did not work has not worked, and
has worked a lot better than the last administration's.
Well, I don't think that that's true.
They're at least in the room talking, which is the art of diplomacy.
Wow, there was a photo op in Alaska that the president gave Vladimir Putin, and I think these votes, lack thereof votes, no votes, only send a message to Vladimir Putin that we are not
President
there.
Zelensky
but I want to say, while
you're
treating Vladimir Putin with kid gloves, you are insulting American allies, including our longstanding ally Denmark, whose soldiers fought and died alongside U.S. soldiers. Have you gotten any positive feedback from your colleagues at the United Nations about the president's desire to seize Greenland?
As one of the soldiers who fought alongside Danish soldiers in southern Afghanistan, they're a fantastic ally. At the same time, they were paying very little to zero attention to the Arctic, and they now are. And we are in meaningful negotiations to secure our northern border.
I'll take that
which
as
is
a no.
key
You
charge
haven't
of the
gotten any
president.
positive feedback. Thank you. I yield back.
I've actually given a lot of positive feedback to the ongoing negotiations,
Sure.
to answer your question.
Sure.
Representative Gallagher.